So we start with the Gita. Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunj Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunj Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Jai Yogi Varadhari Jai Yogi Varadhari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Jai Yogi Varadhari Jai Yogi Varadhari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Jai Yogi Varadhari Jai Yogi Varadhari Jai Yogi Varadhari Jai Yogi Varadhari Yashodanandana Rajanarandana Yashodanandana Rajanarandana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Welcome again to the fourth session of Gita Course. So we'll start with the prayers. You can follow me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare So here we are, yet again, for another session, the fourth session of Bhagavad Gita, right? So this is actually a very important day for me because my spiritual masters, we are spiritual today, but seeing the enthusiasm of all the devotees that are coming here on a regular basis, so I'll be going at a later stage to attend my Guru Maharaj Vyas Puja. So like I said, determination and sincerity is very important when it comes to leading a spiritual life, and that's what I see here. Right? Any of you have visited Vrindavan? Yeah. Great. Nice. So Vrindavan is such a beautiful place, right? That is a place where the Lord had actually played so many pastimes and leelas. Right? So Vrindavan, the Vrindavan that you see now, if you see now, there are so many people, right? It's crowded, right? So I know my senior devotee used to tell me, he had actually spoken to one shopkeeper who had actually provides the dresses for the deities. So when my senior devotee actually spoke to him, so that shopkeeper told, see, I have seen your Swamiji, Prabhupada. So the senior devotee got very excited. So that particular shopkeeper was very young. And he was so happy to hear that. So he asked the shopkeeper, since he was there for a very long time, he's a Brajvasi itself. So he asked him, so how was Vrindavan before? Right? Before even Prabhupada came. And so he said that time, not many people used to come here. It was like a forest. So he had the temples, but not many people. So what Prabhupada did was, he took this divine knowledge, the wisdom that we have, and he actually gave it to the entire world, right? So now if you go to Vrindavan, more than Indians, I think you will find foreigners there, right? You'll have Russians, you will have people from London, you will have people from various other parts of life, right? And they are all so devoted. I remember my senior devotee telling me that in the month of Kartik, which is a very holy month, in the month of November, there are devotees who actually take 1 month leave and do Kartik Vrata in the town. 1 month leave. Can you imagine that? So we as Indians, we don't give so much value to our scriptures, so much value to the wisdom, so much value to our spiritual knowledge that we have right under our nose. But these people, they took it so seriously under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada. And I can't even imagine taking a leave just for a spiritual vacation. 1 month leave. Following the Vrata with many other devotees. Right? So this April I had been to Vrindavan. I thought that it will be less crowded. So we have when you go to the ISKCON temples, we have the first Aarti, which is the Mangala Aarti, which starts at 4:30. Right? So we thought that early we'll go and we'll get a good darshan of the Lord. So me and my wife, we got ready and we went to the temple. 4:10 people started gathering. It was so crowded. Right? And I took the darshan then. With Lord's mercy, we got the darshan of the Lord. But can you see how people are so serious about this? Right? And that gives us so much motivation. Right? If people from another part of the world were so new to Bhagavad Gita, but they took it so seriously and implementing it in their daily life. And they take devotional life so seriously. And when we see them, we also get inspired. Right? If they can do, why can't we? So, and it's only because of this particular personality, and we dedicate the presentation to A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada, because of whom I am able to speak Bhagavad Gita, because he presented it so easy. I mean, he has translated and made it so easily available for all of us. Easily available for all of us, right? So if you read the Bhagavad Gita as it is broken, it's not just a translation. There is a purport also. It gives a detailed explanation of the sloka, of the Sanskrit sloka, and these are something that is coming from the acharyas. We'll talk a little more into this because today's topic is: do I need a guide? It's very important. Do I need a spiritual guru? This is a very important topic in our life. We don't give a lot of importance to this, but we should. Right? It's only because Srila Prabhupada made it so important, he put so much emphasis that we should know who should be our spiritual guru. Right? So today's topic is: do I need a guide in my life? Okay, so we'll start. So everyone knows Arjuna, right? Great warrior, right? The favorite disciple of Dronacharya. So when it comes to Arjuna, see Arjuna, there are various traits. Some of the traits are mentioned here. Self-control. See, Arjuna was such a great warrior that he had so much control over his mind and senses, right? So even there was an episode where the heavenly damsel Urvashi had come down and tried to entice him. But he said, no, I'm busy with something else. So that was the control. So Urvashi, Rama, these are the damsels who had actually managed to entice Vishwamitra, but could not do anything in front of Arjuna. And when you see Arjuna, his dedication towards archery. So there was a time when Arjuna, at night he heard some kind of noise, eating noise, the crunching noise from the kitchen. And he went to the kitchen. Do you know whom he found there? Bhima. Right? So Bhima was eating. So Bhima is a voracious eater. Right? So what Arjuna took from that particular lesson is that if Bhima can do something at night which he's he's so fond of, he can do that at night, middle of the night. Why can't I do this? So that particular day, Arjuna decided that I'll practice archery at night also. So he blindfolded himself. It's anyways night, so he can't see. And Just by closing his eyes, he would shoot the target. Right? That's the kind of dedication that we had. He would see that in the Swayamvar he had used the same kind of, because he practiced it. It's not something that he gained on that particular day. It's practice, it's sincerity, right? And that's the reason that Arjuna was able to do that. The other thing is that respecting elders. See, I'm talking about some of the greats here, not the entire thing. So after the Kurukshetra war, Dhritarashtra and Gandhari used to stay with Pandavas, right? And so there was a time, so Pandavas were taking care of Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. So Dhritarashtra's brother, does anybody know Dhritarashtra's brother? Vidur, very nice. So Vidur used to always chastise Dhritarashtra. How can you stay here? Right? How can you stay here? These are the people, you plotted against them. You tried to kill them. Right? And you're staying with them. Eating the food provided by them. You are like a dog. And he chastised him so badly that Dhritarashtra felt so bad, he left. He left the palace. And Gandhari followed him because she is a chaste woman. So she followed Dhritarashtra. And in the morning, when the Pandavas also, every morning they come, they take blessings of Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. Right? If you see, these were the same people who had plotted to kill them every now and then, from childhood. But you see Arjuna and Pandavas, right? The kind of devotion, the kind of respect they have for their elders. And they felt so bad, they started crying, Arjuna and the Pandavas. What have we done? Have we hurt them? Did we do anything wrong that our uncle and auntie, or the parents, so-called parents who were supposed to take care of them, have left us? Right? So, since this is the kind of respect that they had. In Kali Yuga, if we tell our kid also, can you get me some water? He'll say, why you can't get it? Right? So that is what I wanted to speak of Pandavas and Arjuna. The same Arjuna, who had so much mind control, who had so much sense control, who had respect for his elders, in the middle of the war, he felt crippled. He felt confused. He was in the dilemma. Right? He couldn't lift his Gandiva. His hands were shivering. Right? He was almost going to drop the Gandiva. This is the same Arjuna. See, we can't compare ourselves to Arjuna. Right? Arjuna kahan aur hum kahan? Hum kiske hu? If Arjuna, at that point of time, when amidst the war is, everyone is ready. They have blown the conscience. And that time Arjuna says, I can't fight. I can't fight. So, what happens? See, being Arjuna is such a great person. So this is the time he wanted to take advice. So what we'll do is, right now, we will actually go through a shloka, which is actually a turning point in Bhagavad Gita. Right? So let's just go to that. I'll recite and you can recite after me. Karpanya dosho upahat svabhava prachami tvam dharma sammuda cheta yachreyasha nishchitam bruhitam me Shishyaste hansadi matvam prapannam. Can someone read the translation, please?
Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of misery weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me.
Right. Thank you so much. Now, it takes so much courage to say this shloka. Right? Arjuna was a prince, was the greatest archer. Right? He falls short, right, amidst the war. They are all ready to fight the biggest war. And it takes so much courage to say this shloka. that I am unable to, I'm in a confused mode. I am unable to take any kind of decision. Right? So, if you see, you have seen the traits here, right? Now, it takes a lot of maturity to know that you need help. Right? When you need help, you have to approach someone. Do we do that? Do we do that? See, taking help from someone is actually, you are taking a lower position. Right? So Arjuna is someone who's great, but he came to a stage where he was confused. And that is the reason he says, I've lost all composure because of my miserly weakness. I need your help. I take you as my guru. So until now, Krishna and Arjuna were in a friendship mode. Right? Like Arjuna says, I can't fight the war. Krishna says, fight kar le yaar. Right? But after some time, Arjuna says, he gives up. And he says this particular shloka. And that's when Krishna takes the Guru. Yeah? Designation of the Guru. Right? So this is very important. Now, when I say, we have to have the maturity to understand that we can go wrong anytime. Right? In our life, we can go wrong anytime. There is no time that we'll be always right. And we should always be open that we will go wrong and we can take help, or we should take help. See, this is very important in spiritual life. At any time we can go wrong and we need help. This takes a lot of maturity. Right? So, there are a lot of people who they stop themselves from taking help. Can you tell me why? What is stopping them from taking help? Ego. Correct. Ego. मैं क्यों लूँ उसका help? Right? वो मेरे से थोड़ी जानता है, मेरे से थोड़ी ज़्यादा जानता है. Right? Right? What stops us from taking help? Right? So that's what I told. The idea of me remaining always perfect is a wrong idea. We can never be perfect. There will be turmoils in our life. Things will turn upside down in our life. Right? अच्छा जॉब मिल गया, everything will be set. Set हो जाता? शादी करने के बाद सब सेट हो जाएगा. Set हो जाता? बच्चे हो जाए, फिर सब सेट. Right? Retirement में सब सेट हो जाएगा. So any time in our life, anything can turn upside down. And we should be very open and very humble to understand that we can take help. We should take help. Right? And even when we are taking help from someone, can you tell me who is benefited? Who is benefited? We are only benefited. Someone said both. In fact, my senior dude, he said, Prabhuji, जो advice देता है, he is benefited. So Prabhuji asked, how come? How does he get it? उसका ego satisfy होता है ना? So you have to understand. See, when the whole point that I'm trying to make is, we have to be in a position. See, in spiritual journey, the first important thing is being humble. Right? That is very important. So that's how we actually gain knowledge also. And that's what happens here, where Arjuna completely submits himself to Krishna. He says, I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. Right? I take yes, my good. Now, ego. Now there are different kinds of guides. So you would have seen in our world there are different kinds of guides. Right? We come across everyone. See, this one तो advice तो लोग हाथों में देते हैं ना, वो तो आप सुने होंगे different kinds of guides. Free advice gurus. हाँ? So ये तो कोई भी दे सकता है. Our neighbors, our colleagues, anyone, tea wala, chai wala, anyone will give us free advice. So these people any problem that we have, we take advice from them. Their motive is not to actually help us. Free my advice there. There is nothing like they have a well-wishing mindset that everything should go on. So that's why I have written free my advice there. Take my advice, I don't use it anyway. Right? So the free my advice, कैसे भी मिल जाएगा आपको? So you have to understand that person is really a well-wisher. Does he really know what I'm going through? Or what is the kind of help that I need? Right? So this is very important. Now, this is a video I wanted to play. By the way, this video is actually from India today. You might find some familiar faces. It's not made by ISKCON. This found it very funny, so put it up. I'll just play. I'm sure most of us would know some of the names here. So one of the Matajis actually in the previous session, she got a little offended because I think she was following one of them. So we said it's not something that we have created. We just found it very funny in India today, and that's the reason we played it. Right? It's on a funnier note. So, anyways, we find a lot of exploiting gurus right now. One of the prime reasons is we don't know who is the right guru, how to approach a guru, right? So, if you see, in the Vedic times, there were 3 things that were free. Does anyone know what are the 3 things that was free? Education, correct? And 2 more. Medicine and law. So education, medicine and law. These are 3 things that were there in the Vedic times. Now if you see, it's little, nothing is free, right? There is no free meal. So now if you go to the hospital also, I'm worried for a small thing, right? If you go to hospital, they make you take multiple tests, right? And we don't even know. See, not that I'm not claiming that all the hospitals, some of them are good, some are genuine. But if you see, compare the percentage, right, we find the fraudulent people a little more than the genuine people. And if you see law also, there's so many lawyers, what they do is they have some kind of setting with the opposite lawyer. बोलते खींच के लेके जाते हैं थोड़ा ये केस आप भी कमाओ मैं भी कमाता हूँ right? So genuinely nobody is trying to help anyone. Everyone has their own selfish motive. That's what we find in Kali Yuga, right? Now, there are many, if you see, there are many bogus spiritual organizations. There's one organization, Sambhog se Samadhi. Sambhog se Samadhi. Tell me in our Vedic literature or scripture, is there anyone who attained self-realization or enlightenment with Samadhi, with Sambhog? It's very, people are so gullible, they get fooled by such things. Right? People have to understand this. Another thing, there are so many things, no? मन को कंट्रोल में, there is no control in mind. मन जो कहता है वो करो, उसको रुकने मत बोलो. आपको ये करना है वो करो. फिर क्या? What is the difference between me and a dog? We have got this. We discussed about this in our previous class, right? Human body is a junction to decide if we want to go into the lower species of life or the higher species of life. And when such spiritual organizations say, मन को कंट्रोल करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, आपको जो करना है करो. Right? What is the difference? Give me cash, I'll give you ash. Right? So many people are so gullible, I say, to take someone as spiritual guru without understanding qualifications of guru. Some kind of magic to do and take out vibhuti. They are so mesmerized. So how is it even benefiting you? Someone took out a vibhuti. Right? We should understand how is it benefiting us. Right? And I don't want to take this particular person's name. There are a couple of videos, many videos actually, when we talk about this particular. So these are so-called spiritual organizations that we speak for, where hey, Mataji is actually going to this particular person for advice. मेरे पति के साथ बहुत झगड़ा होता है, हर दिन झगड़ा होता है. I don't know what to do, Baba. So he says, आप कौन से मेकअप पार्लर में जाते हो? So she says so and so. उसको बदल दो. This is the advice, and she is so happy. Mother is so happy because it's so easy, right? It's not much of a hard work. ब्यूटी पार्लर भी तो बदलना है, उससे प्रॉब्लम भी सॉल्व हो जाएगा बोलते. Thank you, Baba ji. She was so happy. The same Baba, I think, the same Baba, where an IT professional, he is asking, Baba मेरा प्रमोशन नहीं हो रहा है, सैलरी नहीं बढ़ रहा है, क्या करें? तो बाबा से तुम कौन से रंग का सॉक्स पहनते हो? सिर्फ ब्लैक, ब्लू पहना करो, हर दिन ब्लू पहना करो. और 100 की गड्डी अपने ड्रॉअर में रखो, हर रोज सुबह आंख खोलते उसको देखो. 1 महीने में तुम्हारा प्रमोशन. एंड दैट पर्सन इज कन्विंस्ड. अरे बाबा थैंक यू सो मच, आप नहीं है तो मैं कहां जाता, मेरा उद्धार ही नहीं होता. He started crying. So this is the kind of remedy people are getting from so-called people, spiritual organization. Now people are ready to take it also. See, only thing, initially in the Vedic times, we had a spiritual advisor in our house only. Our grandfathers, their great-grandfathers. Because these are the people who knew what we are supposed to do, because they had gained some kind of knowledge from the scriptures itself. So anything unstable in the life or in the family, they will guide you. I have seen my friends, some of them have very pious grandfather and grandmother. A lot of things they know. Right? So anything wrong in the family, they consult them. Because these are people who are well-wishing people. And they don't say anything that is coming out from their mind. They say something that is they have read and they have implemented and is working for them. Right? It's not like beauty parlor badlo. It's not like socks badlo. So सारे problems खत्म हो जाएंगे. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं. Right? So we learn about exploiting. So why do bogus gurus exist? Can anyone tell me? Why do bogus gurus exist? Black money to white money, okay? Lack of knowledge, yes. Lack of knowledge. Blind faith, very nice. Bogus gurus exist. I take that, yes. Fear, very good answer. Yes.
Because people are ready to get cheated.
People are ready to get cheated. Okay. So as long as you want to get cheated, Srila Prabhupada says, there will be cheaters. Right? So one of the more basic thing is that we have no understanding, we are ignorant. That's one of the reasons bogus gurus exist. No knowledge. See, we say that we are very scientific, we are very logical. What's the path in? When it comes to action, right? We are the biggest blind followers. There is no logic in anything that we follow. Nothing is scientific. Like what's the science to believe now? Anything that is science, right? ये सिर्फ बोलने के लिए I am scientific, I am very logical. लेकिन जो करतूत करते हैं हम, it's nowhere close to scientific or being logical, right? So anyone we find with any kind of this particular kind of dressing, a particular kind of hairstyle, we take them as someone who is very enlightened. It's very easy for us to see. One of the things is that if we have to understand who is the right person, we have to read scriptures. टाइम किसके पास है? टाइम नहीं है किसी के पास. तो क्या करते हैं हम? Someone else is following, हम भी फॉलो करते हैं. उनको अच्छा हो रहा है, हम भी फॉलो करते हैं. यही हो रहा है. So some person starts off a spiritual organization. A few people who get benefit for some or the other reason just follow it. And there are people like a herd of sheep, they also follow it. But the right answer will be found in the scriptures. But we don't have time at all. So that's why we keep making the wrong decisions. We are always behind someone who is not looking after our well-being, constantly behind them. Not with the right people. See, one more thing is that you have to understand people, like you said, why do people approach a spiritual guru? Why do people approach a spiritual guru? Can anyone say?
They need help.
They need help? Help in what?
The problems are taking decisions.
Problems? Like what kind of problems? Arjuna.
He is in a problem now. Even if he is not able to take it, he is looking for good. So everyone has that decision.
Okay.
So somewhere they are going, but because of lack of knowledge, they are going to wrong place.
Okay, fine. So let's not talk about Arjuna. What Prabhuji said is right. In our daily life, why do we go to a spiritual guru? Why do we then approach? For? Right decision, okay? Okay, we are in a stressful condition of life. We want some help. Anything else? Quick, easy solutions, very nice. Good. Fear of losing, very nice. So these are all right. See, that's one of the reasons that we approach a spiritual guru. To find happiness, to find happiness, right? We discussed about happiness in our first session. See, one thing we have to understand, all that we mentioned right now, fear, stressful condition, there are a lot of things, right? Financial problems, spouse problems, we also discussed spouse problems. See, when you go to a spiritual guru, we don't go with our material problems. That is one thing we have to understand. Right? Promotion नहीं हो रहा है, क्या करें? Right? तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, क्या करें? Right? So these are some of the things that we have to do some kind of endeavor. परिश्रम हमको करना पड़ेगा. काम नहीं मिल रहा है तो परिश्रम और करो. Right? If there is some issue with the health, approach a doctor. Certainly you can approach a spiritual guru, but approach a doctor first. Right? And these are the things, see, one thing we should understand, the spiritual guru is someone whom we should not go for our material problems. Finance problem hai, some kind of fear about our life, stressful condition, spouse problem. वो क्या करेगा? Right? A spiritual guru is someone who talks about spirit soul. Our spirit soul, the supreme soul, our relationship with supreme soul, how we can revive that. That is the spiritual guru. And that is the spiritual advice that we should get. And that is the knowledge that we should gain from a spiritual guru. And there are many organizations, which actually help you with your problems with finance. They call them the spiritual, help you with finance problems, any kind of issues, finance, issues with your spouse. See, one thing we have to understand, these are not spiritual organizations. They can call themselves something else. A good psychologist or a place where you can control your mind and all that. It's not spiritual organization. Right? So they can take. So there was a time when Srila Prabhupada was actually traveling in a train and he had all these sannyasis with him, all these white sannyasis, white skin sannyasis, all were bald. And in India we have this thing where anyone, if we see anyone wearing saffron, we actually go touch their feet or take their presents, which is nice. So there was a couple who came running to them and say, Swamiji, Ame Ashirwad do, Ame Ashirwad do. So Srila Prabhupada says, if I give you Ashirwad, you will become like them. So those couple ran away from there. So we need to know who is the right guru. What is the qualification of a guru? Why to approach a guru? See, the qualification of a guru, we are not someone who can tell you the qualification of a guru. Like in my opinion, we spoke about this, right? In my opinion, I think so. These are the common things that we hear. See, the qualifications of the guru is mentioned in the scriptures. Read Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, or any Vedic scriptures that you take. The qualification is mentioned there. Right? And why to approach a guru? Why to approach a guru? We already spoke about this. For spiritual understanding. Not for material problems. So material problems we can discuss, but that's not the ultimate goal of life. वो तो आता रहेगा ना. So even when I told you, I think we discussed last time also, Bhagavad Gita, when you are coming to this session, I am not telling you that all your problems in your life will be solved. Problems will be there. But by understanding and reading Bhagavad Gita, you come to a certain level, your consciousness is raised, you come to a top level and you look at the problems which are at the bottom, you will be able to deal with it. It gives you strength, the mental strength. It gives you the wisdom how to deal with problems. Because problems in this world will always be there. There is no mantra that I can give you which will solve any kind of problem right away. But all the teachings that we have from Bhagavad Gita will empower you. So this is not something that I am just telling so that you come on a daily basis or every Sunday. This is something that we experience. Because I am just like you. Right? I'm just like you. I am also working. I have a family. But I take, like every one of you who are trying in the spiritual journey, some kind of determination, some sincerity, with the help of fellow devotees. We also gain some kind of knowledge, and the old me and the new me, there is a lot of change. And that is only because of reading Bhagavad Gita and understanding Bhagavad Gita and applying it on a daily basis. There are times we go wrong, that's fine. We are humans, right? We go wrong. But we have to understand that we can go wrong. We discussed that. And we need help. So constantly, I also take help from my seniors. Take advice from them. Because I know the advice that they give is for my benefit. Right? It's for my benefit. They don't have any hidden agenda. And the advice that they give, when it comes to ISKCON, I can tell you ISKCON because we are in ISKCON. Because I know anything that they give will be from the scriptures. Because Srila Prabhupada has made it very important. Even when we learn our scriptures, there are a lot of courses that we do, ensure that everything has a reference from our scriptures. It's not something that is blind. Right? Anything that anyone advises, they will provide you scriptures. They will provide you praman. That is very important. It is not something mentally concocted by them when they are giving me an advice. I feel because they have gone through this in their life. They give you something from the scriptures and which is very helpful if you follow it. Right? So let's look at the spiritual guru. We discussed this. Why do people go to a spiritual guru? No, we didn't discuss it. Why do people go to a spiritual organization? The one main thing. Why do people go to a spiritual organization? One main thing.
Mental peace.
Peace. That is, I think you are a little elevated on this. And that comes at a later stage, I think. That is what we need to do. But initially, like at a ground level, normally what people do is peace of mind. That's what they want. Because हमारा mind इतना peace हो गया है. We need a place to join that. Peace of mind. Right? So one thing we have to understand, see again, here is where we go wrong. See, even before I started reading the scriptures, I thought peace of mind is everything, right? Peace of mind is everything. You go to a spiritual organization, we are looking for peace of mind. But I know you all, most of you all have attended all my sessions, so I think you will be able to answer this. So I'm looking at the material body. We looked at gross body. What does gross body consist of? Yes, Panchabhutas, right? Panchabhutas. Subtle body, what does it consist of? Mind, intelligence and false ego. And spirit soul is spiritual. So Krishna says, the subtle body and the gross body is material. So peace of mind, where does that come from? Peace of mind comes from soul? इसमें देखिए बोलो ना. Subtle body, from mind. Peace of mind. So it is material. This is what we need to understand. See, when we go to a spiritual organization, peace of mind is a byproduct. It's not the ultimate goal. When you follow the scriptures and do devotional activities, it elevates your consciousness. A peace of mind is a byproduct. Did I ever speak about anything that will give you peace of mind? When I spoke to some of you, I know they said, Prabhuji, there was so much peace of mind. It is a byproduct. But it's not the end goal. Right? So end goal is what? What is the end goal? End goal is to actually break the cycle of birth and death. So Krishna says, no? Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha doshanam. So we are constantly under this cycle. Janma mrityu jara vyadi. Right? We take birth. Right? We grow old. We have some kind of disease. And we die. Right? We are constantly in that. So if you look at the 84 lakh species that we spoke about last session. So whatever state of mind that we are in, and we leave our body, that is the state that we attain. Krishna says that. Yam yam vapi saram is the shloka that we discussed last time. Right? So 84 lakh species are there. Based on our karma, based on our state of mind, and when we leave our body, that state of mind we get a certain type of body. So with Bhagavad Gita, what we are trying to do is break the cycle of birth and death. And here is not, the Bhagavad Gita is not a book where we just talk about problems. Bhagavad Gita is a book where we talk about problems and there is solution also. So if you see any of our Vedic scriptures, it is a vartana. There are two people or more than two people. There is constant questioning and there is constant answers. It's not like something that is already written and we have to just blindly follow it. No. Arjuna also doesn't blindly follow anything. He asks questions. There are so many questions that he poses. Second chapter complete, all questions. First chapter, all questions. So second chapter is where Krishna starts answering the questions. First chapter is complete questioning. And throughout also, he is questioning always. Right? So we have to understand one thing, when you're looking for peace of mind, it is material. It is a byproduct which we get when we follow the spiritual path. It's not something that you won't get, you will get. If you're following the spiritual path, you will get peace of mind. But it's not the end goal. Right? End goal is to understand who we are. Right? We are spiritual. Who is the Supreme Soul? And what is our relationship with the Supreme Soul? How can we revive it? This is the end goal. And when we constantly work towards this, that's when we get peace of mind that we speak about. So let's not focus on peace of mind. That is something that we get as we practice our bhakti. Right? So, this is very important. Qualifications of a genuine guru. Right? Let's, there are some acronyms. Let's look at selfless. See, when guru, the first point is selfless, right? You should always, this is not a qualification based out from scriptures, right? Selfless is someone, a guru doesn't have a hidden agenda. Right? If he's giving an advice, he doesn't take money. Right? His motive is actually to spiritually enlighten you. He sees the trouble that you're facing. He sees the situation that you're in. And he genuinely gives you advice. So that's how a spiritual guru should be. And the teachings based on scriptures. So that's why I said, when it comes to ISKCON, you can talk to any devotee here, right? It will seem like they are speaking the same thing. So initially when I came to ISKCON, I was getting associated with ISKCON. I used to speak with a lot of people. I was very inquisitive. I wanted to know. Right? And whenever I speak to a devotee and then I speak to someone else, I understood that they all speak the same language. And why is that? Because Prabhupada has given that benchmark. That anything that you speak should be from scriptures, nothing else. Nothing that you feel, nothing that is concocted in your mind. No speculative things that we speak. It's everything from scriptures. So that's the reason if you actually speak to any Hare Krishna devotee, right? They will speak the same thing. Right? The vocabulary may be different, but the concept, the ideas, the principle, everything is same. Right? And our well-wisher. See, he is someone, the guru is someone who understands that we are struggling in life. Not like the free advice giver people, right? Free advice, he really feels, right? He really feels for you. He actually tries to wear the shoe that you are in, tries to understand the problem that you are in, and gives you advice based on that. Right? So it's very important, our well-wisher. The one important point is parampara. He should be under a parampara. So we'll actually discuss as to what is parampara. Right? So let's just go to the shloka itself. This is by Krishna. Krishna spoke this. Please recite it after me. Evam paramparatam imam rajasyo vidu sakalena mahata yogo nasta parantapa. So can someone read this please? The translation.
This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the same beings understood it in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam. So here, Krishna says, Evam parampara praptam. So this divine knowledge that we have, right, the Bhagavad Gita, it has to come from a parampara. What is a parampara? It is a chain. It is a chain of disciples from the Lord. The message should come from the Lord and to us. That is called parampara. Right? Now we get see, there are some technical parameters that Krishna is giving here. It's not very easy. जिसको भी हम लोग मिले, उसको गुरु नहीं मान सकते. So we have to understand what parampara they are in. What are they following? This is something that we do. जिसको भी मिले spiritual organization we see about, we just don't get into it. See, we are intelligent people, right? If there is someone who is not very educated, I understand that he gets fooled by someone. It's very sad to see someone like us who is blindly following without understanding. So that's what Bhagavad Gita helps us. So that's why I say we should take some time to understand and read it. Right? It's for our own benefit. See, when someone who is not very educated, we can't expect much from them. But someone we live in a very educated, so-called educated society. If we commit the same mistake, क्या बोल सकते हैं? Right? So this is very important. So Krishna talks about parampara. He says, when the chain of disciplic succession, this knowledge comes through the chain of disciplic succession, and when it's broken, I come. Right? So Krishna, in the 4th chapter, Krishna says that Arjuna asks, so before this, what happened? Who gave this knowledge? So Krishna says, I have given this knowledge to Sun God before the creation. And somehow the knowledge came and it was broken. People started following other things. And that's when Krishna advanced again to give the knowledge to Arjuna. Right? So these are some of the shlokas from Padma Purana. Now what we are going to do is we are actually trying to dig deep inside what are the paramparas, different paramparas. As Krishna mentioned, right? We should also know what are these paramparas. So let's read this. Samprada vahine ye mantraste nishpala mataha Atakalo bhavishyanti Chatvara sampradayina Shri Brahma Rudra Sanaka Vaishnava Shiti Pavana Chatvasate Kalau Bhavya Kritkale Purushottamat Ramanujam Shri Chakre Madhavacharyam Chaturmukha Shri Vishnu Swaminam Netro Nimbadityam Chatushana. So we discussed this in detail. I have not put the translation here. So I have put as a pictorial representation. Can you see it? Yeah. So these are the 4 authorized parampara as per Padma Purana, right? So you see, the first one is 4 Kumaras. The 4 Kumaras are the sons of Lord Brahma. So when it comes from Lord Krishna to Lord Brahma, son of Kumaras, and then the lead Acharya in that is Nimbakacharya, right? So this is this Kumar Sampradaya is actually found in Mathura area. Also Mathura area, some of Vrindavan area also, right? And then there is Rudra Sampradaya, so when it comes to Lord Shiva, and then the lead Acharya is Vishnu Swami. So this is actually, this kind of Sampradaya you will find it mostly in Gujarat, Rajasthan. Pushti Mark, people know Pushti Mark? Pushti Mark comes under this. There is Laddu Gopal, worship of Laddu Gopal, that also comes under this, right? And then there is Sri Sampradaya, which is Lakshmi Devi, comes through Lakshmi Devi, and then the main Acharya here is Ramanujacharya. You would have heard about Ramanujacharya, he is very famous in South India, Tirupati and various other parts. He has preached the glories of the Lord. And the last one is through Lord Brahma. And through here main the Acharya is Madhavacharya. Right? And to tell you this is called Brahma Madhava Sampradaya. Right? And ISKCON follows the Brahma Madhava Sampradaya. So we follow this particular Sampradaya, which is from the Lord to Brahma to Madhavacharya. And this is these are the these things. Why are we discussing this parampara? It's very important to discuss this parampara. So whenever we are going for a guru, right? So this is something very important. This is a matter of life and death. People don't understand. They take very cheaply of spiritual guru. Right? We should not do that. So whenever we are approaching a spiritual guru, we should have these things in our head. Is he from parampara? Does he have the qualifications of guru? How do you find the qualification we just discussed, right? Qualifications of a guru are found in the scriptures itself. So we need to know them. So these are the, now we know about the sampradayas that is mentioned in Padma Puran. Now let's look at how to approach a spiritual master. There is a certain mode that we approach a spiritual master. Right? We all need some kind of help, be it when it comes to studying also in our life. We take help of a teacher. Right? Anything in our life, we need a guru. Right? So even when it comes to spiritual matters, we need a guru. And Krishna says how we should approach a guru. So I'll recite and please follow. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upaddekshanti teshanam jnaninas tattvadarshinam. Can someone read the translation, please?
Just try to learn the truth by working a spiritual master. Inquire from submission and endless service to the Lord. A self-realized soul can impart knowledge and appeal to God. They have seen the truth.
Thank you, Prabhu. See here, Krishna is actually explaining the mood, right? When you are actually approaching a guru, right? Then, Tadvidi pranipatena praniprashnena sevaya. So he says, when you are approaching a spiritual master, you should inquire submissively. See, when you come with the mode of submissiveness, which is the right mode for gaining spiritual knowledge. I told you, right, in the beginning, the quality of being humble is a very important quality when it comes to gaining spiritual knowledge. And that's what Krishna says. You have to be submissive. You have to be in a mood that we discussed that we can go wrong, we need help. Right? There are things that I don't know. There are things that I can't come out of. Right? And when we go to a spiritual guru who is under a parampara, we actually go in a submissive mood. Then you can pose your questions in a very submissive way. When you are actually in a very challenging mode, right? It's not that the guru can't answer you. The guru thinks, see, guru is there for, he's a well-wisher. So when someone is in a very challenging mood, though the guru has got the answers, he won't answer. Because there is no point. That conversation will lead somewhere else. A genuine disciple would actually go in a very submissive mode because he wants to gain knowledge. There are things in the world that he doesn't understand. And only a self-realized soul will be able to help him here. And that's where we get this quality of being humble, which is very important. Right? And we should go with that particular move. And one more thing is that we should render service to him. Why should we render service to him? Any idea? As a token of gratitude, very nice. As a token of gratitude. Only Guru Dakshina that we take. Yes? Correct. So when you please, that is there in scriptures, when you please the Guru, you get closer to the Lord. That is very important. Right? So that is very important. So when we have to get some kind of mercy, when you take a submissive position, a humble position, we are taking a position which is below someone else. And if you see, mercy, blessings, knowledge, everything comes from a top-down approach. Mercy flows, knowledge flows, blessing flows. And when we have so much ego, we are not able to take all this knowledge. So when we are a flat surface and the knowledge flows, the knowledge will actually overflow. When we become a patra, right? Beg, patra, being humble, we are able to take that knowledge. whatever knowledge the spiritual guru is going to tell, whatever questions that we have in our life, is going to answer. And we are becoming like a sponge. Right? We are able to take everything in our head with no ego, being humble. And that's when Guru also feels he is genuine, he wants to get answers to it. He is looking for answers. He is troubled. He's come to my Sharan. And that's when Guru also opens up. When you go with the challenging spirit, that's where the problem is. It is not benefiting me, it is not benefiting you. There is no benefit. And the Guru will not open up. Because Guru is someone who wants to help you, right? He wants to elevate your consciousness, not degrade you again. Right? That's why I say they are well-wishers, they are selfless. Even though you trouble them, they will not trouble you. That's how people are. Right? So this is very important, Srila Prabhupada. Why I talk about Srila Prabhupada is, this is from my experience also and various other devotees' experience why Srila Prabhupada actually falls under, he certainly falls under the Parampara. ISKCON falls under the Parampara that we follow. And some of the traits that we discuss, right? Everything that is mentioned in Srila Prabhupada, though we have never met Srila Prabhupada, we hear a lot about Srila Prabhupada from the books that he has written, from the books the devotees have written, from the experience the devotees have gained by their communication with Srila Prabhupada. So, when it comes to Srila Prabhupada, right, there is a common, Srila Prabhupada was instructed in, I think, 1922 by his guru, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, that you should actually go and preach in the West. He said, your English is good. You speak so well. Right? You should go and preach in the West. So there is a common misconception that ISKCON is a foreign organization. ISKCON is not a foreign organization. In fact, there was something called a League of Devotees before ISKCON was established, which was in Jhansi. And actually, Srila Prabhupada had a disciple also. The first initiated disciple was an Indian. But you know India politics, right? कुछ अच्छा करने जाओ तो लोग करने नहीं देंगे ना. So there was one particular land which was in litigation, and that particular Mataji wanted that particular land for a kitty party. So Srila Prabhupada had to leave that place. And that's when he took his guru's words into seriousness. See, you have to also think why Srila Prabhupada went to the West. When you are saying a guru should be a well-wisher, he is a well-wisher. Now, two things that we need to understand is, Srila Prabhupada understood one thing with the things that was happening in India. Indians won't follow Indians. Indians will follow someone what Westerners do. वही करते हैं ना हम लोग. When it comes to fashion also, when it comes to music, when it comes to fashion, when it comes to eating something, we follow the Westerns. So Srila Prabhupada thought this is the right time to actually do what my Guru said. Let me go to the West. Let me preach the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita to them. And what happened? So when the Westerners actually became devotees, they understood Bhagavad Gita, they started following Bhagavad Gita, and they came to India and they started preaching. That's when we were in awe. अरे ये कैसे बोल रहा है हमारे शास्त्रों के बारे में? हाँ? So nicely he knows. He's practicing it so well. And that's when we actually took it seriously and we started following them. So that was Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada, at the ripe age of 69, when you know, I think we have seen people who are above 50, it's very difficult, right? Bodily condition, slowly we can't, hearing goes. When it comes to eyesight, there's blurriness. Imagine, 50 के बाद ही problems start होने लगते हैं. Imagine at the age of 69 when it's time to retire and in your big house and sleep. Srila Prabhupada actually took this trouble for us. He travelled with just 40 rupees in his hand. How did he travel? He travelled in a cargo ship. There's no money. And the owner of the cargo ship, Mataji said, Swamiji, you will die so many days in the cargo ship. at this age. But Srila Prabhupada was very determined. He wanted to give this knowledge to everyone. If you see, in UK, when he had gone to UK, so one of the reporters said, we don't need anything from India, we have got everything, we have got our own culture and things like that. Srila Prabhupada said, you took everything from us. The one thing you didn't take from us, that is Bhagavad Gita. And I have come to give you that. Right? So when Srila Prabhupada went in that cargo ship, the cargo ship, you all know, right? Cargo ship is a ship where we fill in with goods and cargoes. And there's one small cabin where people can sit. So that's where Srila Prabhupada was sick. And constantly, so many days, he was seasick. He wanted to throw up. He faced 2 heart attacks. And he was constantly praying to the Lord that if one more heart attack if I get, I will not survive. 2 heart attacks he faced in that ship. It's not easy at that age. He was still determined, with no money, with no plan, he reached US. No place to stay also. He came to a place called Bowery, where the hippie movement was going. Right? Hippies. These are people who are very emotional. They're into a lot of the worst activities on earth. Totally intoxicated throughout. There was something. Hare Krishna. There was something called as the nudie movement going on, where the ladies and the males were always nude. This was the place that he was being, the Swamiji. But you know what? They say in scriptures, when you associate with a pure devotee, you also become pure. Right? Just like you get the firewood next to the fire, what happens? It catches fire. So that's what happened. That's the way Srila Prabhupada was able to transform these hippies who were in the worst conditions of their life. They became the greatest devotees. Transformed their life completely. Just by hearing the teachings of Bhagavad Gita and following the mantra meditation. Just chanting the holy names of the Lord. So this is the transformation. Every devotee that you speak, they have a past life. They've all transformed. And that is only because of following the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. You get in touch with the book Bhagavad Gita as it is. Because when Srila Prabhupada, I think, once again, right. So when Srila Prabhupada, you should see his lifestyle also, right? At that particular age, he used to sleep for just 2 hours. I think 10 o'clock he used to sleep and 12 o'clock he used to wake up. And he used to translate the scriptures for us. And the translation also, I have heard from my senior devotees, if you read the Shloka ID app, right? Shloka ID app, it is given by Kartikeya Prabhu. Kartikeya Prabhu has told me that he constantly tells that when he is actually reading it, he understands where Srila Prabhupada has taken those purports from. It is from the various acharyas from the disciplic succession, from the Brahma Madhava Sampradaya that he spoke about. Constantly, night, at the age of 70, he is constantly doing this for the benefit of us. It was not so easy to access Bhagavad Gita. It is so difficult to read the shloka, Sanskrit shloka, word to word meaning and purport, which gives you a deeper understanding of the shloka. Otherwise, हम लोग meaning में रह जाते हैं, बहुत सारे लोग, without understanding the deeper knowledge. So that is what Srila Prabhupada has done for us at that age. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to play a small video about Srila Prabhupada. It's a very nice video.
Someone told you the story, you wouldn't believe it. He's starting an effort and it turns into a national movement.
I want to be one revolution in enthusiastic solution so that the whole world may be happy.
he said that he would like to go to America. I said, you are crazy. What man you are going to die? Suddenly this new force from the east was coming in. People began to look towards India.
There was a sentiment that the ancients knew something.
If I see this person, this soul, struggling just like I'm struggling in my body, then all of a sudden we're family. And I have a reason to love you. That's deep.
Our mission is to see everyone become happy.
It gave some sort of backbone to my life.
So this is what Srila Prabhupada did for us. You can see he wrote more than 80 volumes of book, traveled the world 14 times in 12 years. Imagine, we travel to US, we are jet lagged. The first 1 or 2 days we are not in our sense also, constantly. We don't have any idea when we want to sleep or when we want to get up. And this man, 14 times he traveled, not for his own benefit. You see people, no? So many people are happy in this world when it comes to Russia, when it comes to US, UK, all global. It is only because of this particular man that they all became devotees and they completely transformed their life. Not just them, he as well. It's only because of following his footsteps. When you see that short period of time that he was there preaching, 108 temples. 108 temples. एक सेंटर संभाला नहीं जाता हमसे. 108 temples. And these are the temples that he has created so that we all can come together. This is only because this center is here, only because of Srila Prabhupada. His mission. We are all here talking about Krishna, talking about Bhagavad Gita. It's only because of Srila Prabhupada, no one else. So that's the kind of gratitude that we should have. Right? And this, I spoke about Srila Prabhupada. There is a lot to speak about Srila Prabhupada. Right? This is a glimpse that I have given you. Right? If you actually hear what all he has done at that particular age, tears will start flowing from your eyes. And that's from anyone who knows ISKCON very deeply, right? Understand ISKCON, how it came into existence, how the devotees are. That's one of the reasons that we have so much of gratitude and respect to Srila Prabhupada. So we already spoke about how selfless Srila Prabhupada was. So even when he actually traveled, right? When he got a place, someone helped him. So he just had 40 rupees in his hand. Even when he came back from US, he never spent that 40 rupees. He never had to. That 40 rupees he actually spent in an auto in India. That's how he got spent. 40 rupees he never spent in US. Right? And teachings based on scriptures, I told you about this. He used to sleep only just 2 hours, and the rest of the time he's always translating and writing. He was the content writer, he was the content developer, he used to proofread, he used to do everything. He started off with a magazine, and then when someone told that instead of magazine, why don't you print books? And that's when he started printing books. Bhagavad Gita. It's available in various different languages. Most sold Bhagavad Gita. More than 50 crore Bhagavad Gita books are sold. Which is Bhagavad Gita as it is. And various languages. Any language that you want to have. And our well-wisher. See, even at the time of death, right? Srila Prabhupada's only mission was to write books, give this knowledge to everyone. I'll play this short video. It's actually at the time of his passing.
That means appreciation. A man is known by something. So, if we have the chance of association with devotee, then our character, nature, will only.
Were you all able to get it?
Yes.
Okay. See, even at the time of death, the only thing that is in his mind was provide the knowledge. Who does that? We have so many constants because I keep hearing, I've read so many books when we talk about at the time of death, people what they hear. It's so scary. So many documentaries we have heard. And this particular person, the only thing in his mind was to give this knowledge somehow till the end of his life. He wanted to translate books for us. Now we spoke about parampara, right? Every sampradaya, there are 4 sampradayas of parampara. And if you see the Bhagavad Gita as it is, it has got the parampara, the 32 names, right from Lord Krishna. How the acharyas were following. Right? This is where you need to find the genuinity of the scriptures. Right? We need to understand that. Now, these are the contributions of Srila Prabhupada. So you can see he has built this big house for all of us, which is ISKCON, for all the devotees like us, who can gain knowledge, who can practice bhakti, who can come closer to the Lord, right? And achieve the purpose of life. Right? It's only because of Srila Prabhupada. So it's with a lot of gratitude. Whenever we say that we present and dedicate this to Gita Course, we actually mean it. Because whatever I am saying is not something that is because of my intelligence. No. It is only because of Gita Course and his disciples. It's only because of them. That even if we are gaining any kind of knowledge here, it's because of Srila Prabhupada. Right? So, what we'll do is, we always speak about this. This is very important when it comes to the 3 mantras of actually getting yourself determined in the spiritual sadhana. First is everyday mantra meditation. I guess everyone has started chanting 1 round at least in a day. Right? It's very important to chant 1 round. See, Kali Yuga, this is the shortcut that we have got. Kalottat Hari Kirtana. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it says, in this age of Kali Yuga, it's Hari Kirtan which is actually getting you to the life of perfection. Kalottat Hari Kirtana. Kirtaniya Sada Hari. Always chant the glories of the Lord. It's very important. इसमें भी shortcut ढूंढते हैं हम लोग. Shortcut में shortcut. Right? So it's very important that we do our 1 round of chanting on a daily basis. See, you will see the transformation in your mind, in your soul. And when you talk of peace of mind, everything comes. Slowly you start seeing it. Right? And then there is regular study of Bhagavad Gita. We spoke about everyone downloading Shloka a Day app. It's very simple. You can actually click on any Shloka that you want to read. Right? Our senior devotee has actually explained it in such a beautiful way. It's so easy to understand. Right? I used to listen to this whenever I'm traveling, whenever I'm going in my car. Put it to the Bluetooth speaker and you can actually listen to the entire thing. So easy, right? 30 minutes or 40 minutes and Bangalore traffic is the best time to actually read Bhagavad Gita. Let's not waste that time. Constantly thinking when to reach home. At that time, let us make use of it. Read Gita, hear Gita. Time कैसे जाएगा पता ही नहीं चलेगा. Right? It's so simple. See, the technology also we use it for our spiritual practice. That is the way we should use it. Everything that we have, you should use it in the right way. हम तो Instagram पे बैठ जाते फिर घूम ही जाते. Right? That is not the way. So this is very important shloka and yeah, please download it. Don't miss the Sunday Gita course. It's very important. See, we all human beings are so conditioned. ये मैंने आपको एक प्रवचन दे दिया आज. You are charged for some time. Then we fizzle out. By evening, we fizzle out. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we are totally dead. Then again, we need recharge on Sunday. That is how we are. And we have to know that consciously, that is how we are. And when we know that consciously, that's when we will actually make effort to come every Sunday and to listen to the new concept of Bhagavad Gita. When we know, when we feel, पता है प्रभु जी जो बोलते हैं मेरे को पता तो होगा. Like this is like maybe some of us we have heard about this from our family, from our friends who have read. But we need constantly someone has to put it in our head. हम भूल जाते हैं तो. Right? So what I'll do is right now I'll take few questions. I have to be at some because my Guru Maharaj Vyas Guru, so I'll take few questions. If you have any questions, please ask.
What is after Kali?
Very good question. What is Kali Yuga after in scriptures? What is that? So in scriptures, this is a cycle. There is Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara, and Kali Yuga. After Kali Yuga, there is a partial annihilation that happens. The entire universe goes partially gets destroyed, and again it comes into existence. It starts with Satya Yuga again. This is a cycle, like the cycle that we are in. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. Cycle of a life, birth and death. Same way. So after Kali Yuga, again, it starts again with Satya Yuga.
Guru Parampara. So after Prabhupada and who is next?
After Prabhupada, I'm not sure Prabhuji, but after Srila Prabhupada, who is next? There are various disciples that Prabhupada has initiated. You see, he had more than 5,000 disciples. We have some of them right now with us, and they are the ones who are handling it. It's the same teachings. So I'm not sure how it will be, because it is handled by the GPCA, it's called GPC. So they would be the person who would be able to answer you rightly. And Srila Prabhupada was our last Acharya. And we certainly have initiated disciples who are following, who are also initiating gurus right now. And they are the ones who would be next. But I'm not sure who would be next. Okay. Yes, Madhavi.
It said that when the Guru appears, then the student is ready. So do you actually look for the Guru, or do you work on yourself to wait for the Guru to show up?
Mataji, always we should do our endeavor. Right? We have been given this human body with intelligence. So they say that if you are constantly desiring for a spiritual guru, a guru who could help you, and you're constantly praying to the Lord, Guru will appear. Right? Constantly. And it is again based on previous karmas also. That is also there. Sometimes, see, I talk about this, no? It is again based on previous karmas, it is based on your desire. So many things are involved in this. When we started Janmashtami, we had more than 350 registrations. How many people are there today? Right? Yeah. See, some of you are there today, but most of them are left. Right? So that's what happens. So certain desire also should be there. If you are constantly, genuinely desiring for a guru, for your spiritual progress, not for material, for your spiritual progress, when you start reading Bhagavad Gita, that is the kind of understanding you will get. And then the Lord will make arrangements to get your guru in your life. Yeah? Any other questions?
So we reach out to spiritual guru or seek out to guru for spiritual community. But in the landscape where everybody, we have some called gurus or self-proclaimed gurus, who claims to provide mentorship guide. So now these days, how can we identify the guru who's most suitable for me to you can provide the best advice or help me to navigate through the challenges we face. So you have also highlighted some on the traits on leadership process. So nowadays nobody provides self-based service, right? So whenever we interpret life coach or any professional guru or spiritual guru or whatever it is, they talk about Guru-Dakshina first before they provide their service. So it's not there is always monetary dedication involved. So in such a case, how shall we identify the right guru for us to then kind of show us the right path and help spiritual journey or life journey?
Right. See, sometimes some gurus take money. It is for self-sustenance also. Right? Actually, initially people used to provide Guru Dakshina without asking also. So that's how reciprocation happens. No? We are getting some kind of knowledge. We should acknowledge it. Right? The Guru may not ask, but as a student, we are supposed to provide something. Now, this is an age where everything is the other person asks. It's quite common. So when I say when you want to identify the right guru, the first foremost thing is parampara. That is very important. First foremost thing is parampara, and the next thing is if he is speaking from scriptures. The life coach, the motivational speakers that we speak on a regular basis, they will not speak from scriptures. They may add few things from scriptures, but they may have a hidden agenda. So it's very important to understand. So one basic thing is parampara. If you find, if they are following any parampara, because if he is a guru, he should certainly have a guru, and that guru will have a guru. Does it reach ultimately the Lord? Is it mentioned in the scriptures? So that's how we identify. Otherwise, gurus are there, many gurus are there. It's very easy to get food. Right? And also, our cause or our endeavor also should be very genuine. Like, why are we seeking a guru? So that everything starts from us. Why are we seeking a guru? Is it because I want to elevate and get enlightened, want to know more about the Lord? What is my relationship with Lord? Right? Well, you are probably fed up of the life itself. As to you are not getting an understanding why this life is there. And you want to get deeper understanding. So that is the kind of inquisitiveness, curiousness that we should have. And that's when you actually get genuine gurus. Though you may come across few false gurus, but you will be able to identify. First of all, our consciousness should be in that level. Our desire should be in that level, where it's very genuine. Then we will be able to get it. And there are few traits that I mentioned, which is very important. Based on that, you can able to be quickly able to make a decision. You'll be able to. Yeah? So take one last question. Yes.
I would like to ask a question
On
rituals.
rituals.
For example, it is not temple or something, or something you are Krishna. This is also the ritual. Because the rituals like the ritual. That it is also coming from the scripture or the
No. Everything that we come is from the scriptures itself. It's from Narada Pancharatra. No, Prabhuji, the scriptures that daily worship that we do, it is coming from scriptures only. There is nothing that we follow which is against scriptures. Even if you see ISKCON, a normal temple only gives, we tell Naivedyam or we offer Bhoga to the Lord, right? We offer more than 7 times to the Lord. We go to the temple. And it's elaborate. Again, how is it coming? Patram pushpalam toyam, yome bhakti prayachati. You offer me water, fruits, leaf, anything you offer with love, I'll accept it. Everything ritual that we are following is that in ISKCON will actually get you closer to the Lord because it's coming from the Lord. Anything that you do. When it comes to chanting the holy names of the Lord, Krishna says, Satatam kirtayanto ma, kirtaniya sada hari. Right? Kalotad Hari Kirtana, which is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. So why we do that? It is based on scriptures. Anything that you do when it comes to ISKCON, it's completely based on scriptures because Prabhupada would never let anyone deviate from scriptures.
So can it be always can it be explained scientifically to the monarchy?
Certainly, there is that.
Understand better.
Certainly,
So
certainly.
it looks like something like people can't believe what is
True. I totally understand. Because even initially when I came to why do we offer the incense? Why do we offer the flowers to the Lord? Right? The one concept we have to understand, everything belongs to the Lord. Right? It's just like a father actually giving chocolates to his daughter. Right? Father is buying and giving the chocolates to his daughter. And daughter with love, out of that chocolate, gives one chocolate to the dad. The dad is so happy. Dad knows he only has got it. But he feels so happy with the love that daughter is showing. So anything that we do for the Lord, we have to understand the mood that everything comes from the Lord. And when it comes to understanding scripture and the rituals, there should be a separate session for them. So we can probably take a separate session once after the Gita Course is done to understand why we do what we do when it comes to Aarti, why we do the Kirtan, why the Shankha is blown, why we offer the incense, why we do the Aarti, right? So everything is very scientific and is mentioned in the scriptures. I may not be the right person to explain you that. We can have one of the senior devotees, maybe we can request them. Once our Gita Course is done, we can have, because first we have to understand where it's heading. The last stage is we have to worship the Lord. We have to worship the Lord, but understanding the nitty-gritties would be the last stage, I would say. So once we are done with the Gita Course, maybe I can request one of the senior devotees to maybe explain it in detail. Yeah. So what we do right now is, I know it's a little late. We start with mantra meditation. Quickly. You please take the place. So mantra meditation, please take this very seriously. It's very important. So when I say in Kali Yuga, this is the only way to connect with the Lord. Right? And again, it's as per the scriptures. Right? It is not something that is mentally concocted, or it's not something that I am telling because I have a personal agenda. Right? This is something that is very important because we all here have been practicing this for many years. Yeah? And there is some kind of benefit. And you will understand the benefits as you chant on a regular basis. So make sure you're chanting on a regular basis, because anything that you do should become a habit. If it doesn't become a habit, then it's a problem. See, anything that you get up in the morning, you start brushing your teeth, and you take bath. It's a habit, right? Before heading out outside. We clean our body, right? And then we head outside. Similar thing. We need to clean our mind. Right? In a day, we'll be constantly facing so many people in our office, in our family. Right? There are so many times we will probably get beaten down. Beaten down in the sense, I'm talking about in the mental level. And a spiritual sadhana will actually strengthen, will help you deal with those things. Right? So anything that we do, even when it comes to mantra meditation, ideally I would say, if you can take out 15-20 minutes in the morning, start chanting, read a verse of Bhagavad Gita, and start your day. That's it. That's like a kavach for us. Right? So let's all start this, because I emphasize this because chanting is very important. It is the shortcut. In Kali Yuga, people used to meditate for thousands of years to reach the point of self-realization. In Treta Yuga, it was, what was it? Treta Yuga, what was it? Fire sacrifice, yajna. That was the way for self-realization. In Dwapara Yuga, what was it? Temple worship, elaborate temple worship. People will spend 6 to 7 hours in the temple, decorating the Lord and doing services for the Lord. Kali Yuga, Lord has been so merciful, these people can't do this. Age is less, lifespan is less. Manda sumanda matayo, they say in Manda Buddhi. If I tell them something, they will not be able to take it for a long time. Right? But previously, if you tell the Bhagavad Gita to someone, they will recite, they will be able to memorize the whole thing and tell you. I have to read the sloka 10 times for me to memorize. So the Lord, being so merciful, He wants His kids back. He gives an easier form. which is chanting. At least this you do. Right? There are thousands of years you don't have to sit under water and meditate. You don't have to do the yajna, which is elaborate, where you have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to do that. Just chanting. Lip service we do, no? A lot of lip service we do on a daily basis. Pre-K advice we give, no? At that time, chant the Lord's name. That is more beneficial. Okay? So let's start. Everyone close your eyes. Everyone close your eyes. So the next 10 minutes, we are going to completely focus on the names of the Lord and nothing else. Tell your mind to hold on to the thoughts, whatever thoughts you have about your family, about your office, keep it aside for the next 10 minutes. This 10 minutes, we are going to dedicate it to the Lord. This is our private time with the Lord, and nothing should come between us. So let's chant. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
And with your eyes closed, for the last 3 times we will chant. We concentrate on the holy name. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Keep your eyes closed. Let's offer a silent prayer for all the people, our relatives, our family, all the people that we deal with on a daily basis. Let's pray for their well-being. Let's pray to the Lord. Thank you so much. You can open your eyes. Okay. Thank you so much. So, what I want to add one announcement. Next week, we will not be having Gita Course as we have one yatra. It's called the Ahomidamani Yatra. So that won't happen. So, following week, we'll continue. So, the 5th session will happen the following. So, please note that this week, we won't have the Gita session the next Sunday. And you can all return to the beach to Prabhuji. And I will be leaving now because I have to be at a different venue. So right now, please wait. There is Kirtan. Please have a wonderful darshan of the Lord. And then please don't go without having the prasadam. Right? The prasadam is also here. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all every Sunday. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.